Hey everybody, Will Hamilton here to give you my Australian Open prediction for the men's side. It is, you're going to be totally surprised by who I go with. Never gone with this person before. That's right, I'm picking Roger Federer once again to win a major. I think I picked Roger at the US Open, Wimbledon, did go with Rafa at the French Open. That's obviously not out on a limb. And then I went with Federer last year for the Aussie Open as well. So I was basically batting 50% for last year on the men's side. So going with Federer again, I think he is going to play Rafael Nadal in the final. I'll get to that matchup in a second. First, I want to just sort of talk about the draw. I don't have the draw here. I'm not going to pull it up on the computer. You can check it out on AustralianOpen.com. But both Federer and Rafa have really good-looking draws. There's nobody on Rafa's top quarter that really should scare him. He should get to the quarters no problem. Same deal with Federer. Nobody there. Roddick is in his quarter. Federer owns Roddick. So I don't see either guy having much trouble getting to the quarters and actually through to the semis. And you look at Rafa's end of things, and he might play Soderling. Or he might play Murray. Soderling and Murray are on the bottom quarter or the top half. So he's going to play one of those guys. Yes, Murray beat Rafa last year at the Aussie Open, I believe, in the quarterfinal. Rafa tweaked his knee, was coming off an injury-plagued year. Don't see that. Well, obviously, first of all, that's not the case this year. Rafa's coming off an incredible year. And I don't see Murray derailing Rafa. Certainly don't see Soderling derailing Rafa. And Federer, he could meet Djokovic in the semis, and Djokovic took Federer out at the Australian Open, at the U.S. Open last summer. But Federer has subsequently beaten Djokovic 3 straight times, including a total dismantling at Barclays. And Federer's been working with Paul Annacone to be just a little bit more aggressive, and that's really paid off. I've got the new dry erase board here, the one with the tennis courts over there. I'm not going to pick it up and put it here. I need Adam to help me out with that. So this is my bootleg tennis court. I'm just going to draw it, and what you got with Fed, we're going to say that Fed is down here. And first of all, before we have a matchup, we'll talk about Fed versus Rafa in a second. Annacone's just been working with Federer to just be more aggressive. It's really that first strike, super aggro tennis where you get a look, you go after it, certainly on the forehand. Federer has been moving forward into the court, following a lot of balls to net, just trying to keep points short. You look at a match against Soderling or Berdych at Wimbledon. Soderling, I'm referring to the French Open. And Federer maybe wasn't as aggressive as he could have been. He's sort of more content to just kind of grind it out and play it a little bit more on his opponent's terms, just sort of saying to himself, you get the impression Federer says to himself, I can beat you playing your style. And towards the end of the last season, we really saw just Fed being like, I'm going to play very aggressive tennis, and I'm essentially going to knock you off the court, and there's nothing you can do. So I think we're obviously going to see that from Federer at the Aussie Open, and not only did that work against Djokovic, that's why I don't think Djokovic is going to be able to derail Fed, but I think it'll be effective against Rafa as well. And we saw a little preview of that at Barclays in the final, where Federer won an interesting three-set match. Federer won the first, Rafa won the second, then Federer just steamrolled Rafa in the third. And you could make the argument that Rafa kind of took his foot off the gas a little bit in that third set. But a couple just sort of tactical things we'll talk about. Fed versus Rafa. Hopefully we see that matchup again. And if we do, I will go into more detail about it. But Fed did a couple things real well. First of all, on the deuce court, when he was serving, just painted basically this area of the court with his first serve. I mean, I think he won something like 96% of his first serve points, just a ridiculous number. And Fed kind of used the same tactic Rafa likes to use. If Rafa is serving to Fed on the ad court, Rafa goes off the court, Fed's backhand, and that allows Rafa to win a lot of points over there. And that's actually one of the reasons Rafa's really hard for Federer to break A lot of break points for Fed are going to be on the ad court here. The ball goes straight to his backhand. He's off the court. Rafa just has a lot of court to work with, in control of most of those points. Well, Fed was serving, and just these serves were just on a dime. And Rafa on the backhand side, great backhand, but he's still off the court. Federer is going to be in control, has a lot of court to hit to. Even if Rafa can neutralize over into this area or get the ball over into this area, very difficult to neutralize unless he really rips it. And just with Federer's first serve, it's too good. So he's really going to be in control if he can be that precise over there. The other real interesting thing at Barclays was Federer standing right up on the baseline, taking a lot of Rafa's cross-court forehands. Obviously, Rafa's going to go high to Fed. A lot of topspin, go try and get it up in Federer's strike zone. And Federer was standing up, and he was just trying to stick these balls back cross-court. He hit some incredible angles where he would take a backhand and just hook it off the court. There were a few where Rafa kind of did one of the head scratchers afterwards. He was wondering where Federer pulled out some of these backhands. And then Fed also did a nice job of going line when he got an opportunity, but not sort of hitting the panic button and saying, I got to go down the line and get out of this cross-court, my backhand to Rafa's forehand rally. So the shot selection was great in that regard. And then you also had Fed just whenever he had a forehand, he stepped in and he went after it. Again, that first strike tennis. And it really cut down on Rafa's opportunities to neutralize the point and really put the match just more on Fed's racket. Fed basically said to himself, "I'm gonna live by the sword, die by the sword. If I can get these balls in, if I can play big, serve big, and really go after my forehand. The ball goes in, I'm gonna win. It's high risk tennis. Sometimes it's certainly not a foolproof strategy because you really have to be on that day, but." Federer's been playing great recently. His record since the U.S. Open, and really his record since the U.S. Open has been very good. And the argument you could make is that is really when Anna Cohn's new tactics and strategies have set in, because they started working together over the summer, if memory serves. So you need a little time for that relationship to really show dividends, and I think it is now because Federer has looked lights out recently. So my prediction, I am going to go with Federer in 4 in the final. I'd like to say 5. I think 4 sets. I think the longer the match goes, 5-set match beating Rafa is tough. I think Federer pull it out in 4, but we will see. Please leave your predictions in the comments below, and we'll figure out who's right in about 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now. Last point of housekeeping: the men's final. I believe, I don't know the schedule yet. It's going to be 3:30 in the morning on Sunday. So basically Saturday night into Sunday morning. We're going to be doing a live webcast, and when I say we, I mean me and Ian Westerman of EssentialTennis.com. We're bringing him back out of the bullpen. He was busy for the U.S. Open, but we've got him back now, so we are really looking forward to that. We did it last year. It was very late. We were very tired at the end, but it was a lot of fun to be able to watch the match with y'all. So you can just go to fuzzyyellowballs.com. During the match. The player is going to be the first thing that loads up. So we'll have a little bit more detail on that later on. If you're on our mailing list, we'll email you about it. But with that in mind, I'm gonna close this video. I hope everybody has a great weekend. It's Friday right now, so everybody have a great weekend. And the tournament starts in a short couple of days. And then, yeah, once again, just let me know what you think of this prediction. Let me know what your prediction is, and I will see you guys soon.